43-year-old Dante Larks from Daytona, Colorado, has recently been found guilty of a multitude of offences in connection to the abuse of a child. The investigation into the allegations began in December of 2018, when the juvenile reported the matter to the authorities, who say the child was emotionally, verbally, physically and lewdly abused. The child was locked in an unfinished basement during some nights for several months. The victim wasn't allowed out of the basement except for a few hours a day, and at times had to go to the bathroom in a bucket. Dante threw peanuts down the stairs, which was the extent of the child's food for the day. As the child slept, Dante would go down to the basement and violate the minor while armed with a gun. District Attorney Michael Rourke said this case is by far one of the most horrific and egregious cases that our office has ever seen. No child should ever experience the horror and trauma that this child will now have to live forever with. Dante is held at the Colorado Department of Corrections. He's been found guilty of assault with a deadly weapon, abuse causing serious bodily injury, and 2 counts of lewd assault on the child through a position of trust and pattern of abuse. Sentencing is due on the 11th of July, where he faces a possibility of life in prison. A teenage runaway girl has been found shot to death, while her killer remains at large. The events unfolded at around 3:15 a.m. on the 6th of May 2022, when the police responded to the 100 block of Florabrasca North Avenue in Tampa, Florida, on reports of shots fired. Neighbours described hearing up to 8 gunshots and a car speeding away. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a young female lying by the side of the road who'd been fatally shot, but they were initially unable to identify her. Later that afternoon, the police appealed to the public for help in identifying the girl and described her as being 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing approximately 180 pounds, with dark hair and a faded tattoo on the right inner forearm that said Arthur with a heart above the name. The authorities quickly identified the victim as Alexia Alexander from Temple Terrace, as she was known to have spent time in the Jackson Heights area. The motive of the attack is unclear. Police are still searching for the killer and asking for anyone with information to come forward. Transient Timothy Regina is behind bars after allegedly attacking his girlfriend with a machete. The incident occurred at around 1:45 a.m. on the 4th of May 2022, while they were travelling in a car near Bel Air Road and Keene Road in Largo, Florida, when the couple began arguing. Upset, Timothy started hitting the woman repeatedly with the blunt end of a machete, injuring her right hand, right leg and right ankle. He threw the woman's cell phone out of the car window when she threatened to call the authorities. The victim was later taken to the Morton Plant Hospital with a possible broken leg and minor injuries. Timothy was arrested on felony counts of aggravated battery and witness tampering. 18-year-old Logan Robertson has been arrested and charged with fatally shooting his 18-year-old girlfriend Alyssa Pinardo. The incident occurred at around 11:02 p.m. on the 3rd of May 2022, when the authorities responded to the 4300 block of Southwick Boulevard in Brunswick, Ohio, on reports of gunfire. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a woman's unresponsive body with a gunshot wound. The victim was later identified as Alyssa Pinardo, who was pronounced dead at the scene. Upon further investigation, the authorities identified Logan as a suspect in the fatal shooting, and he was arrested. Logan's held in custody at the Medina County Jail, and is charged with Alyssa's murder. Alyssa was a student at Brunswick High School, and she was set to graduate this spring. She enjoyed photography, music and nature, and worked at Taco Bell and Pizza Hut. The authorities believe the couple were experiencing problems in their relationship, which culminated in him shooting her with a gun. The investigation into the matter continues,